Hello again, and thank you for tuning in. This video is about a contract that I had when, actually it was before I started doing contracts. This is before I did my 6-year stint with AT&T as a special investigator. Before that, I was taking on a whole boatload of small contracts, maybe a week, 2 weeks long, sometimes a month at most. And one of those contracts was for a space weapons defense contractor, and I'm not going to say who it was, but I will say that they were attached to the Naval Space Warfare Department. Alright, so this video is about the Naval Space Warfare Department. People, you need to understand. The Navy has spaceships. The Army has spaceships. The Marines, okay, they're not really called spaceships. They're more like UFOs. Only we call them other things, like the Wing or the TR-3B Astra Locust. Okay, these ships have quasi-crystals on the outside. They employ a unique engine that allows them to have near anti-gravity qualities. They make absolutely zero sound. The quasi-crystals change color so they can match the color of the sky, so the ship can appear hidden above us. Some people have actually captured these ships in remote areas where they weren't engaging the quasi-crystals, because it does take enormous amount of power to cause the quasi-crystals to change color in order to match the environment around them. So sometimes they don't turn it on, and some people have actually captured these ships floating or hovering above forest areas. One video in particular captured a ship floating above the forest area, and then it engages what's basically a transporter beam. It looks like a white beam that shoots out of the front of the ship, and what that does is it literally converts solid matter into energy in a split second, and then that matter is reconverted into solid matter on the ship at the same time. So you only see the beam for a few milliseconds, and then the ship takes off at like Mach 6. And that's not impossible because of the technology that the ship uses. You can do more research on the TR-3B Astra Locust and the technology that it uses on other videos. But this video is particularly about the fact that our secret military, or the military-industrial complex, who are not answering to the government, who do not are not being controlled by the government. They're actually being controlled by private industry and basically the owners of the banks, the people who control the money. And there is something like, what is it, Star Trek up in space. They have spaceships, they have space stations, they have all this stuff going on up there. But if you remember Star Trek, you remember there was one episode where they show this alternate universe where Star Trek was more of a kill 'em all and ask no questions type Star Trek episode. That's sort of what the Naval Space Warfare Department is all about. And that's what our military space weapons defense contract is all about. We have unknowingly unleashed a bunch of morons, and in some cases clones, that are running a space program for the United States, for the planet. Most people don't even know they exist. I mean, most people are still driving around their cars. They have no idea the technology that's involved here. And the reason why we don't know, the reason why they're not telling people, is because they're controlling the planet using implant technology. They don't want you to know that their objective is to kill any race that comes here to try and help us to advance spiritually, and to show us how to use the technology for defensive purposes instead of offensive purposes. And so they're using this technology offensively. They are attacking any race that comes here to try and help us. And it's because it's basically an empire that has control of the planet right now. So anyways, just so that you know, there is a military space weapons defense program, and there is a Naval Space Warfare Department, and they are waging war in space against the good extraterrestrials that are trying to help us. And if you're not sure about what it is they're doing and why they're doing it, just ask yourself one question. Why don't you know about it? Why haven't you been told about it? Simple answer. Secrets are bad. If they're keeping it a secret from you, chances are they're doing things that you wouldn't approve of. So you should really think twice about what's possibly going on in space around our planet, and why it is we're involved, yet They don't want the public to know that we're involved. They're doing things they don't want you to know about. They're doing things you would not approve of if you were to find out. As a general public, you should start asking questions. Thank you for watching.